everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Holiday Wednesday. Happy Turtleneck Wednesday, everybody, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Look who's here with us tonight. Philly the Willie.
Off
Phil.
the road, off the road.
Hey, baby. How you
Hey, sweetie, how are
doing?
you?
We have missed
I'm
you,
good.
honey.
You
Good.
too. I've missed being here. It's been a while because it's been wild, as it were. We had no idea we were both going to turtleneck it today. We had no clue, right? We didn't memo each other and
No,
say,
we
it's
didn't.
turtleneck night. It's Wednesday. Do the turtleneck thing. We just got it like that. But yeah, I have been doing a lot. It's been life be life, and as they say. And fortunately, we have a daughter. Iona has a niece who is vibrating at one of the highest levels. So we were traipsing around the country following the Indiana University women's volleyball team as they were
Killing it.
playing in the Big Ten conference, and then they made it through to the NCAA tournament, which they hosted two rounds in Bloomington, which was phenomenal. So we went there and experienced that with them, and they won those two matches that they were hosting, which got them into the round of 16s. If people are familiar with sports in the slightest, but in the NCAA, the NCAA tournaments for all sports, they're the Academy Awards for college athletics. I mean, they just
Mm-hmm.
are. And
Okay.
they're the Olympics, it's everything because it's the best of college sports in whatever that sport is playing in a round robin tournament that eliminates the worst and elevates the best. So they were elevated at least to the round of 16, and then they went to Texas. So Carla and I went to our buddy Herman Williams and Jeannie Williams' house in Tennessee. We drove there during the interim. So we went from Bloomington to Tennessee and then flew to Austin, Texas to watch them play Texas in the round of 16s. And we just got home like Saturday. So that was just the recent journey.
Mm.
It's just been so much, which we'll talk about within the next hour, I'm sure. Don't want to say it all, but that's what we
Absolutely.
just finished doing. So, yeah,
That is
very
so
prideful,
awesome.
so surreal that they would make it that far. Not really. I mean, they're really good. And Rachel and the coaching staff, Coach Steve Aird and Kevin Hodge and Matt and Hallie, they're an amazing coaching staff, and they've really done a great job in Indiana getting these women to the highest level in women's college volleyball. I'm very proud of them.
That's awesome. And how awesome for you to go and support Rachel and her team and what she's
Hmm.
doing.
Hmm.
And I know that you give great counsel to the girls with love and inspiration and keep them going.
Hmm.
And boy, you and Rachel, you and Carla are such wonderful, supportive parents. You always have been, Phil.
Thanks, Ona. Yeah, we're very honored that they have opened their doors to us in a very unique way. Yes, we're parents of one of the coaches. I mean, we're not even parents of a player. We're parents of
Mhm.
one of the coaches. So to have them be so accepting of our involvement is humbling, and I tell them that all the time. I think it's rare. I don't think it's common,
Mhm.
and that Coach Steve Aird, who brought Rachel into the fold in Indiana, so he deserves all the credit, and Kevin Hodge to Bloomington. He's he's a strong enough human being to be able to take notes from others. He's a strong enough
Mhm.
individual to accept knowledge from places that he has none or has less than the volleyball acumen that he's so blessed with.
Mhm.
Um, and so for me to be able to comment on life with these young people and impart whatever I've learned on my journey
Mhm.
as an artist, as a human being, as a father, as a brother, um, to these human beings that are on this incredibly high vibrational road is incredible. It's humbling. I'm giving as much to me as I hope I'm giving to them, right? They're giving
Mhm.
as much to me as I hope I'm giving to them, as is always the best, right? is when it's
Right.
reciprocal. So yeah, it's been very special, and Carla gives everything that she has to her daughter and her daughter's cause and her journey, and then to the team by extension, and we just want to be a great resource for all of our people.
Carla, my sister in law, his wonderful wife, is just the bomb. She is such a giving, loving person. You two make a great dynamic team. And what a lovely example of love and working together and being supportive of each other that you can give to the girls and you have to your kids your whole life. I've watched it at you. You guys have been great. It's been
Thanks.
great. Glad to have you. Glad to have you here this evening, honey. Well, I've had a
It's good to
really
be
good
back. How have you been? Talk to a brother. What's up? What's up?
I had a really wonderful week. We've had some fabulous guests. I mean, just really interesting conversations going on, and that's been great. And in this last week, you guys, as a lot of you know, our father is Greg Morris, who was the original Barney in the series Mission Impossible in the late 60s and 70s. And Barbara Bain, Cinnamon, was the original gorgeous, enticing, brilliant female. And Barbara and I have connected at this time in life, and she directed a children's show at the Actors Studio, excuse me, which I'm a part of. And it's a show called Santa Quits, and it's where Santa says, I'm not doing this anymore. He's going down to Costa Rica. And so we have the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, uh, all of these different legends and characters, iconic characters, who are vying for the chance to be Santa. And I play Mother Earth, but they call me Big Mama. And so everyone comes to my place for tea, and we end up, of course, talking Santa into staying Santa in the end. And it was so much fun doing it for kids. And in our show, the people are yelling back at us. And at one point, the Tooth Fairy says something about, listen, there's Santa Clara, Santa Monica. All of these Santas are women, so the new Santa should be a woman. And you hear this little girl say, girls rule.
How
Like,
interactive. How
very,
interactive.
very much so.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
So that's a lot of fun. And I'm leaving in January to go back to Atlanta to work on the soap I'm recurring on, which I cannot tell you guys about yet, but I'm airing. My episodes end and at the end of February. So that's going to be
Oh,
really
that's a
fun.
long time. Wait a minute. That's a long time. Wait a minute. February. I gotta wait till February to see
You gotta,
you and
you gotta
doing your
wait.
thing and everything.
You gotta wait till February. And then they have me doing more shows, which is really great. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
That's good.
that's good. That's
Okay.
good. We'll see
I'm
where else
happy.
it goes. And it's just been a wonderful um time. It's been I'm feeling very reflective,
Hmm.
positively, but feeling reflective on my life of what do I want now. I feel some changes coming, which we'll talk about later. And I feel some wonderful things in my life that I'm looking at doing and expanding on, and I'm very excited. I'm One of the things that's important to me is how I spend my time
Hmm.
and with who I'm spending my time with. I want to make sure that I want to spend more time with family in this coming year because I've got a lot more summers behind me than I've got ahead. And there are people who are leaving us. Oh, before we continue on, you guys, I was so excited Phil was here tonight. Let's all just say a prayer for Rob Reiner, his wife, and their family to lose them and in the way we lost them. So sad. And today I also heard that Gil Gerard has passed away. Phil and I talked about it earlier. And so, with me talking about how I spend my time with who, it brings to mind to not only to love up on the people you love. We get so busy. I'll say I get so busy I'm doing my thing. I'm traveling and I'm working and I send a text or make a quick phone call and spend all that time talking about work and what I'm doing instead of how are you actually seeing each other, because you won't be able to see each other once you or they go. So love up on your family. And if you pray or if you chant or if you just write love notes or if you just say a good thought, think of Rob Reiner, think of Gil Gerard, think of many of the other people whose names we don't know who we've lost, especially at this end of the year. So, with all that being said, Phil, please.
Hmm. Yeah, and those are just ones that are famous and we hear about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Rob Reiner. I didn't know him. I didn't work with him. Um,
Mm-hmm.
um, I I had one brush with him when I was doing um, a show called Marblehead Manor, actually, and I was doing the wardrobe fitting for this show at Paramount, and they were also doing the wardrobe fitting for When Harry Met Sally. So Rob Reiner was in there with Meg Ryan and giving her, and they were having the best time laughing. The energy was so beautiful, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
never forget it because you're at Paramount Studios, and Anthony Geary, yes, Anthony Geary passed as well, which we'll speak on because I did meet Anthony and Gil.
Thank you
Um,
for reminding us, Annette. I knew
yes,
there was someone else
exactly,
in my mind, and I
exactly.
thank you.
But the energy was so beautiful, and like I said, I'll never forget it because it was at Paramount Studios, and I was doing a TV show, and it's pretty high watermarks, and just beautiful, lovely energy from them. And if you saw the movie, it's just one of those beautiful, fun, romantic comedies that has incredible insight and so clever and so bright and witty, and that's what Rob Reiner was as a talent, as a filmmaker, as a person who created television and film, and he was the guiding light behind Seinfeld. Without him, I don't think Seinfeld would have made it.
I didn't
Jerry
know
says
that.
that because
Mm.
he was one of the two co-owners of a production house called Castle Rock. He and I believe a man named Andrew Scheinman, I believe. Um, so they held sway over what production happened at Castle Rock, and Seinfeld was a Castle Rock property. And
Mm-hmm.
Jerry posted today, I believe, that outside of Larry David and his manager, George Shapiro, that Rob Reiner was the most instrumental person in his career because of his advocacy for the show Seinfeld, which nobody wanted. So, I mean, just a tough, tough loss. And the way that they were lost, and it's very violent, very difficult, very intimate, very challenging, very troubling,
Mm-hmm.
family dynamic, which none of us know. And it is not our business to judge what happened, and it's just very difficult overall to digest that information and that story. So much love to that family, and going forward the legacy is going to be very challenging for them as
Yes.
a result of all of this. It
Yes.
affects so many people. I mean, full stop. When somebody passes away, it affects so many people, but in this way, in the manner in which it happened, it's just bizarre. And being coming from a Hollywood family, which we do, which they were, there are dynamics at work that you guys, it's tough waters to navigate. It's tough waters to navigate. I don't care how much money you have, how famous you are, you're just still a human being, and you're still fraught with human frailties and human addictions, and human interaction, which can compromise anybody. Money doesn't inure you from it. Fame doesn't solve it. So please be kind in your thoughts and your prayers. This is a world that is complex and very difficult. And my heart goes out to everybody who's affected by this. It's
Yes.
terrible.
It's a
Um,
tough time right now
mm,
for Hollywood. Their hearts are breaking left and right in our country right now. You know, oftentimes we see people who are troubled and we think we can heal them depending on their trouble. or either we just dismiss them. You got to love up on people, you guys. We have to
Truly.
um, remember that they're there, but for the grace of go I at any given time. And there are people who we all know who are troubled, and they need extra love, and they may need some help from outside sources. We just don't know. And be clear too. If there is someone who you know has true dangerous tendencies, and I'm not casting any aspersions, just brings to mind, you may not be the one to help them. And don't think that you have the power always to change someone. I chant for people who I know who are in trouble. I pray to do the same thing. Take care of yourself, your family, those you love, and those we can and who want our help too. Ah,
Um, yeah, I want to talk about Gil Gerard and Anthony Geary for a second as well, because I knew
absolutely.
Gil Gerard really well back in the day of the celebrity tennis tournament craze, which was pretty rampant back when daytime TV was big. Back when I was in The Young and the Restless, and Gil Gerard was on Buck Rogers in the 21st Century
Mm.
with a very good friend of ours, Aaron Gray, who was his co-star, and we knew Aaron very well. I know Aaron very well now. I spoke with her today,
Mm-hmm.
as a matter of fact. But I played tennis with Gil a lot. We would play once a week, um, and we would go to tennis tournaments together and hang out together and break bread together. And I just loved him. You know, I didn't know him as intimately as certainly Aaron did as his co-star. And everybody has their Achilles heel and their darkness and light. Um, but I loved Gil, and I thought he was a really, really special guy. And I will miss him. I met Anthony Geary a
Mm.
couple of times because I was doing
Mm.
daytime right when
Yeah.
he was full on into his Luke and Laura General Hospital thing. So there were a couple of events we met, and again, incandescent, a light. There was no denying his star power in daytime, if you will. He just had it like that. He was different than anybody. He wasn't a soap opera actor. He didn't look like a soap opera guy. He wasn't the jut jawed, cleft chin kind of leading man that daytime kind of established back in the day. He was a curly headed, kind
Mm-hmm.
of a beanpole looking, and he played a pretty sketchy character on General Hospital at first. Um, and John Stamos said a very interesting thing about him as an actor. He said that there was no throwaway moment. There was no predigested anything. Everything was happening in real time for Anthony
Mm.
Geary as an actor. And if you look at soap opera, a lot of times it can. Iona's doing one now, and I did one for a while. It can look predigested. It can seem predigested. It can feel predigested. But the best actors that you will see anywhere, but especially in daytime television, are the ones that carry the narrative in the present moment. And you
Mm-hmm.
really believe everything they say, however many times they have gone through whatever they've gone through. They are experiencing it in the moment. It lives and breathes within them. Anthony Geary was that actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was that
Yes.
dude, and
Mm-hmm.
I have to give him his flowers and his props. And we're gonna sorry for his loss. And but he had an amazing run. And these people that we're talking about, they had amazing runs. So their lives meant something to so many people, and that's why this outpouring of love and affection is um, is directed at them.
Yeah, their loss affects so many. Um, we send love to their families. And we also send love to, let me see who it is back here, Leslie. Leslie says that her mom was in the hospital with sepsis, double pneumonia. She's recovering at home. We are so grateful she is okay now. We are grateful for her
Mm.
too, Leslie. And there's nothing more special than your mama. Your daddy's a special too, but you just got that extra connection to your mama because she
Yeah.
brought you into
Speaking
the
of which,
world.
guess what I'm having for dinner tonight, Iona?
Oh, what you having for dinner tonight, Philip?
when I tell you I don't
Ba-
want you to start, ladies and gentlemen, she might start crying. She might start crying when I tell her what I'm having. I am going to be having, when I get off of this amazing broadcast, Ob's chicken
no, no shit. Yum.
with rice
Yeah.
and the gravy
Oh
and a salad.
yes.
Oh, come on now. This was our dad's favorite chicken that our mom made. It's so simple. The way it's made, it's so simple. But it tastes amazing. I mean, it just tastes amazing. So
And it's gonna be even better
I'm thrilled to be
tomorrow.
having it.
Sitting all that sauce and
Yeah, it's always better
oh
the next day, just like spaghetti or
yeah,
lasagna.
yeah, yeah.
Spaghetti
Oh,
sauce or lasagna is always better the next day. But yeah, so Ob's chicken, our mother named it Ob's because Iona, you want to tell everybody why?
Dad was so observant. He was so observant and so smart, clever. He was we came from good stock. We had really good parents. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
this is the one thing that I know Rob Reiner's son said he couldn't figure out who he was with the weight of his dad and his granddad. Our parents were very strong in making sure we had passions. They helped us. They not only guided us, but what they also did was is they allowed us to flex our own muscles, to experience, to experiment, to play, to see what we liked, and they were there for it all. And
Mm-hmm.
that's so important in raising children. I see you do that with your kids, Phil, as well, and that's so important because so many times what parents can do is wait a minute. I really want you to be a doctor. I really want you to be a this. I really want
Mm-hmm.
instead of putting that out there, put out the medicine, put out whatever you want to do for your kid, and see where they go. And you
Right,
know how
exactly.
right, you know,
Expose
kids
them to these things, sure.
thank you. That was the word I was looking for. And you know how it is. You what you think you want to do at 12 is different from what you want to do at 19 is maybe not be the same what you want to do when you're 20. And then you're 30. And then you're going, so we've got to be
Well,
supportive.
the beauty you speaking to it because the reason why we were on the road was because of our daughter. I'm not an Indiana University Hoosier person. I am now because of her. I am now because of her connection. We took the ride with her. And that for me is beautiful because I do a whole lot. You know what I mean? A whole lot. There's a lot of stuff I do. I'm taking my own ride, or people are riding with me because I got, it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of journey that I'm on. I've been on this journey since I was 17 years old. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it just keeps getting better and better. So to be on one with your children that is theirs,
Yeah.
wholly, solely
Yeah.
because of who they are. Yes, our guidance, our mentorship, or whatever you want to call it, but these are choices they made. She's a volleyball stud.
Mm-hmm.
She's a volleyball talent. She's a volleyball mind. She's the one that coordinates these women and gets them cohesive, and we're following her. It was beautiful just to ride along in her wake and to see her power, her beauty, her dominance in her world.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I give
Mm-hmm.
that up every day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Every day. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about giving your children, giving the people around you, the people that are in your influence, opportunity to find themselves, to be who they
Mm-hmm.
truly are supposed to be. And that's what we're all about. That's what I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you do. My experience in this world is that we are here to find out our truest self
That's right.
and express that in the world to the best
Mm-hmm.
of our ability.
Mm-hmm. And experience it to really do that. Our sometimes our well-meaning family will steer you away from what you want to do because of their own
Mm-hmm.
fear. Let them
Mm-hmm.
have their fear and do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm telling you, it's not that I'm going to change my profession, but I am really thinking about at this stage in my life, how do I want to live my life? How hard do I want to work? How much of the hustle oh God, when it goes through me, I'm like, how much of the hustle do I still want to do? The
Mm-hmm.
podcast, this is so fabulous to me because I'm learning so much technically and other things and blah 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 and to come back to acting and to get a wonderful gig, and it's a good part. I can't wait for y'all to see it. I can't wait to see it. That's wonderful. But there are things that I thought I would want to do that I'm pulling back from because I don't want to work that hard. And I'm also doing things that I didn't used to do, which is saying yes. Iona, can you come by for and do this with us? Yes. And I went to a party the other day after I had done all weekend with these kids shows, 2 shows a day. And, you're talking to them and it's a lot of fun. By Sunday night, I was tired and all I wanted to do was go home. But I ran into people I hadn't seen in so long. And I ran
Mm.
into a couple of producers who I didn't know who had now become producers. And we want to do some things together. And, it's, I want to experience more life right now. I've traveled a lot in my life. I've met a lot of people, that there are a lot of places I haven't seen, and I am getting my list together so that I can travel to those places. We've talked about traveling a lot, Phil.
Hmm. Hmm. No, that's what's up. I mean, shoot, we just got back from traveling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you just it's a blessing to be able to just get up and go. Haven't always been in that position.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to be here for work, or had to think about work because I got to keep the lights on ostensibly. Um, I'm not there anymore. I'm not in that hustle any longer. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
grateful that I'm not, and I don't take it lightly at all.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up every day feeling, well, what do I want to do? That's freedom. That's freedom. Certainly, I have jobs and I'm working and I get stuff and I'm thriving and I'm vibrant and all of that stuff, but I don't look at it in the way I used to, which was literally as a hustle. It was a hustle, and then you're encouraged to be a hustler by the industry, by your agents, by your representation, by your fellow actors and artists because they're in the hustle. And if you're not
Mm-hmm.
in class, if you're not doing this, if you're not doing that, if you want to be in class, be in class because you want to be there, not because
Mm-hmm.
you have to, but because your soul, your instrument, your being tells you, I need to know more, I need to express more, I need more, I need more nutrients. Do that. You need to go to museums. You need to work on your own. You need to practice other forms of discipline or sport or whatever because it rounds you out as a human being. Go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Be who you need to be. Um, Somebody asked me today, well, why are you in this place? I said, I just accepted who I am, who I was. And I don't think I completely did that before. We live in a very difficult, challenging Western world, full stop. And then with what we do, with what Iona and I do, there is a great deal of external orientation to what you look like, how you sound, what you dress like, how you're acting. Literally, we are actors. So how act is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I had to understand that and appreciate that there was a difference between who I am and how I act, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
that freed me up to just
Mm-hmm.
allow myself to no longer act anywhere. Not in my work as an actor, I'm just being. Not in my work as a human being, I'm just being. I'm a human
Mm-hmm.
being. I'm a human being. And
Mm-hmm.
that acceptance just made me go, all I want is to see the truth. I don't want to chase anything. I just want to expose myself to what the
Yes.
truth of everything is. So it frees me up. I don't have to guide anything. I just trying to listen to the truth of things. And it's not perfect. I fall. I'm not seeing it completely. Um, but I know what I need to go for and know how I have to go forward. And that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's so many of us. I know what you're saying, Phil. I can remember dancing as fast as I could for to be what other people
Mm,
wanted, to not take the time to know who I really was in this body, of thinking that
mm,
my work was who I was instead of something
mm-hmm,
that I do.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And It took a while for me to come to that place. And sometimes I attribute it because for me, us when we're very young, we're going to all of these events and you got to smile, you don't feel like it. You got dressed, mommy and
Hmm.
daddy say we got to go, you got to smile, you got to be nice, have conversation, blah blah blah. And so in my own life I've felt um always in a way where I had to be something, and I was reaching for what that was, trying to create what that was.
Mm.
And you guys, so many times
Mm.
I didn't even have the right, I didn't even have the words to express it to anyone. So when you're in that place, when you're in that place, when I was in that place, I felt alone. I'm the only one going through this. No, baby. Trust and believe you are not. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what nationality you are, what you look like, how pretty, ugly, tall, fat, short, whatever. Your sexual, it doesn't matter. All of us at one point or another go through something like that in different degrees. A lot of us do.
Yes, yes, yes.
And now in my life, and I've been going down this path where I like me.
Come on.
I'm comfortable with me.
What?
I'm
Oh,
okay with
come on,
me.
man.
And I ain't perfect. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm a good
So
person.
beautiful. Yeah, see, that's what at the end of the day you know. You know. You know when you're doing wrong, you know when you're right. You know when you're up above it, and you know when you're below it. You know. I want to speak real fast. Chris Zollikoffer talked
Yes.
about RIP to several amazing voice actors, Jim Ward and Jeff Garcia. I
I
don't
didn't
remember if I
know
worked with
that.
Jim, but I did work with Jeff on a show called Back at the
Wow.
Barnyard, way back in the day. Um, and I'm just, man, two other lights extinguished, very difficult. Two more creative people that we don't have, or two less creative people than we have,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad, definitely a sad situation. Aona, this authentic thing is not overblown.
Mm-mm.
This true self thing is not overblown. What are we doing if we're not living our truest self or working towards that? Who are we then?
Mm-hmm.
What are we
Mm-hmm.
presenting to the world? How are we going forward? And to me, to do that leaves you of so much bullshit, of so much of so much perfection, moon crab, which is a lie and an anomaly because there is no such thing, right?
Mm-mm.
Which means, honestly, that it's all perfect. It means it's all perfect. There is no perfect because if it's all perfect, then it's just what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bad is perfect, the good is perfect, everything is perfect, or else it would be different. It's all the way it is supposed to be. When we get that, when we get who, then by extension, maybe not extension, maybe we're the ones because we're the perceivers of the reality, who we're supposed to be, how much more relieving can it be than to be in that place? How much more faith do you have and trust and honor, you know? And if you give yourself all of those things, how much then do you have to present to others and to give to the world?
Yeah.
But if you don't know it, if you aren't it, if you're not working at it, if you're not trying to look at it or see it, you're in chaos to me. You're
Oh.
confused.
Ugh.
That's to me what hell is. That's hell. That's purgatory, or whatever the Bible and any of the other religious tomes call it. That's when you really are twisted inside. That's when the devil will get you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's so true, Phil. I'm so with you. K19, OK19 says, so are you both saying y'all have nothing to prove? Is this new space you're in? Is it of being a servant, giving back? Can that be the truth? Can that be freedom?
Yeah, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'll
oh
respond to.
no,
Just go ahead.
there
No, I want to
there is
go ahead.
to prove what? What are you proving? So no, I have nothing to prove. To who? To how? To what? There's nothing to prove. There's just to be. Yeah. Prove is a concept. It's ego based. Prove to who? I mean that's existentialism, which means I only exist based on what you think of me. How you feel about me tells me what my value is. So then now I have to prove it to you. No, I just am trying to exist and be as honest as I can in that existence. Being a servant of what? And it's not a new space. It's just a space you grow into. I think we're always in the space, so it's not new. You just evolve into it. The space is already there um, for you to get into, and to be a servant. Um, to serve what? To serve who? I'm not quite sure what that concept is. Giving back is big. Giving back is big because there are people who require you as a resource. You know,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's your family or your friends, they look to you for certain things. That's why you have a relationship with them. So, in giving back, even if it is only to those people in your circle, is valuable. It's valuable to you, the giver, and it's valuable to the receiver. And I would hope that the people in your life would give you what you need to receive and how you need to be accorded and seen and heard. So, yeah, that is freedom, and those are certain truths. It's not the truth. I don't know if there is one truth. There are many, and
Mm-hmm.
these are many of the truths. My opinion.
Yeah, valid opinion, absolutely, Phil. I do think that anything, nothing else to prove, nothing. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. When I was younger, as we spoke, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
thought I had everything to prove. I had to prove. Now, ooh, let me
How you
knock
like
on
me?
the mic.
How you like me? Am I good?
Right, right,
Am I
right,
doing
right,
it?
right, right.
How you? Am I good? You like
I'm watching you
it?
watch
Oh.
me. No, no, not anymore. Not anymore. And that's
Yeah.
something I think you grow into. Some people are blessed to come into this world with that way of being. I was not one of
Mm-hmm.
them, and also
Mm-hmm.
the way
I
I
was
grew
not.
grew up, I was not one of them. But I sure have been for several years, and I for doggone sure am now. I don't feel like I have anything to prove at all, and that is freedom. The only thing I want to do is to make sure I'm living my authentic self, that I'm being honest and truthful in the words I use, in the way I'm moving, and how I am in life, and how I am relating. And the more I do that, the more my world opens up and I connect differently with people. I think what you mean about servant, and please, OK 19, if you want to express more, maybe that is in terms of volunteering, maybe is that what that is? Volunteering, giving to other people, of being a servant. I feel like every day in giving back, people I'm with, I am giving back all the time. For example, there was a young lady I recently worked with who had a terrible accident happen to her. Such a pretty girl, and it was just the weirdest thing that happened to her. Glass went all over her face, her body,
Mm.
on her feet. It was just a terrible accident she had. And I had just finished working with her, and we were doing our hugs. And I said to her, "Baby, I want you to know that instead, think differently. Instead of this happening to you, it happened for you. You're still here. You're still beautiful. Sure, you've got some marks that are going to heal. It's trauma for you, but if you can think that this happened for you and take what happened and turn it into something good that helps you grow, baby, that will not be your nightmare any longer." And oh, she fell into my arms crying. She said,
Oh
I've
my
been
goodness! How wonderful!
looking for what I can do with this because I've been feeling like this happened, horrible thing
How
happened
wonderful!
to me. And I'm
How
like,
wonderful!
no. And we went into more conversation about that. And I have volunteered. I'm not volunteering right now in my life. When I volunteer, I feel like whenever I leave, it's like, wait a minute, who gave to who? Because I really feel like they gave to me today. But every single day, you guys, we are giving back, I feel like. Walking down the street, I'm always talking about this. It might be you say, oh, she says that all the time. But yeah, smiling at somebody on the street. Telling somebody you look pretty in that outfit who I don't know. It's so funny
Mm.
to me when I've done that and I see people go, oh, you think they just, oh, get a little, oh,
Mm-hmm.
something to, or tell him, man, you're looking handsome today, sir. And he's just feels, those little things that we can do make a difference for somebody else's life. It doesn't always have to be the check you write. It doesn't always have to be
Mhm.
that you're there giving out free turkeys. And I'm not casting aspersions on any of that. That is fantastic. I'm just letting y'all know from my point of view, in my opinion, it's an everyday thing of what
Yeah,
you can do.
yeah, yeah, exactly. If it's happening to you, it's happening for you.
Come
If it's happening to you, it's happening for you.
on. Hmm.
So, uh,
You see this with a net?
yes, we would give back to families. K-19. I did a thing called Secret Santa, which we're not we're just shelving for the moment because there's just so much going on. There's so much going on in my particular journey that I don't have the time to do that. However, giving is a daily occurrence for me for sure. Whether I am giving to people who I mean, I get inquiries every single day from people who want to know something. They want an answer to something about something in
Hmm.
some way, whether it's acting, martial arts, life. I mean, I'm interested in cars. You know, I have a good car community
Hmm.
that I'm in touch with, and those things are really I'm just giving to myself. It's a reflection of who I am. You share your truth, change somebody's life.
Hmm.
You share your truth. You
Hmm.
not just change your life, you change somebody else's life. Because if it is unfettered and it's not bullshit, and you're truthfully sharing it, that's the most vulnerable you can be. And people
Hmm.
want that. They want. Oh, so you mean it's okay? You're a safe space. You're sharing with me this thing that is important to you. So you must think I'm important if you're sharing
Hmm.
this important thing with me.
Hmm.
And it gives each one of us such value, such connectivity, such a sense of belonging. And I think a lot of what's happening in the world is we don't feel like we belong. We're being ostracized, or we have a sense of ostracization, which means being set apart from. And we need to come together more. And it doesn't mean that, like Iona said, that you set up giving away turkeys on Thanksgiving, or you have to go work at a soup kitchen to give. You know, it is as simple as opening a door. It's as simple as smiling at somebody down the street, like Iona said. It's simple, and those things resonate. And the more you stack those simple things, the more they will resonate, and the more we'll have more light than dark. My opinion.
Yes. Yes, I totally agree with you, Phil. That was so well said. I want to come back to something I've just put here because Renda, how great to see you here, Renda. Very well said, Ion and Phil. The more I speak my truth, the freer I have become, and speaking it in love and with compassion. Yes, ma'am. And our experiences, good and different, helps our growth and others. Yes, baby. Speaking it with love and compassion. Because sometimes we have to tell people the truth of how we feel. And I have learned that the truth of what I want to say, I want to make sure you can hear me and you can digest that. Now, I'm going to say it the best way I can. I'm going to always say it with love and I'm going to always say it with compassion now in my life. And I know I did that before, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Now I purposefully am thinking of that. And then how you take it, well, we have to see how that goes. I hope it is well received, but then my responsibility ends when I'm responsible for myself. But that's so important, you guys. You know, when you're mad at somebody, you may need to take a moment, just calm, take a moment. Because if you're looking to hurt someone, that's something different. We don't want to do that. If you're
Are you
looking,
reacting or are you
right,
responding?
come on, come on. Are you wanting to
You
help?
know,
Are you wanting to impart information? Makes a
are you trying
difference.
to teach somebody? Are you trying to point fingers? Are you trying to make them wrong? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what's your intent? And so the reaction comes from your ego. The response comes from your behavior in a given situation. And it can be. It doesn't have to be personal. It can be anything. I almost got run into today coming down this street in Manhattan Beach, and I'm in one of my cars. I have Carla, and the dog is in the car too. And it's a four-way stop sign. We all stop. I go, and this woman just goes. like just comes. Her car stopped. I think she had a newer car, so her brake stopped. But I mean, it was as close can be.
Wow,
It was
babe.
as near miss can be. And I'm in the middle of the intersection because there's nowhere I can go. I can't go faster forward. It's a small street. You're just gonna hit me. That's just how it's gonna be. You're just gonna hit my car broadside. People were watching it. They were like, "Oh my god!" Some people were taping it, and "We have you. We saw what happened." I just needed a moment. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move the car. I just had to sit there, you know.
Mhm.
And Carla was talking to me and asking me, "Was she hit you?" I was like, "Just shut. Don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk." I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything, so I didn't think so. But it was as close as it can be without somebody hitting you. I needed a moment.
Mhm.
I had to just sit in my freaking car. Everybody just wait. Okay, I can pull over. And we asked the woman, did you hit me? And she was like, no, but there's something. And I was, okay, I can pull over. And she pulled over my car over. I just sat there. She got out of her car and she was immediately. I was handing a pacifier to my daughter, and and I'm pregnant, I'm tired, and I mean she was sorry, but she had a lot of excuses working her.
Mhm.
I just needed to calm my mind so that I didn't lose it, you know, because it's a situation. I mean, she was 1,000% in the wrong. There
Mhm.
was no way to get around it. She would. It would have been. It was. There were several people who stayed there while to watch our interaction. And I guess my point is that even in that situation where you are certainly justified for what the hell, blah 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 blah. I don't care about your pet. You should be watching the. You have a kid in the car. You should be. Blah, blah. No, 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 no. None of that. None of that. I just took a breath. She came over. She gave me a hug. I could barely hug her. I was not feeling it, but I didn't
Mhm.
shy away. Didn't shy away. And she said, "Oh, my name is so and so. I live here." So and so. I said, "Yes, we've lived here for a long time. We're from here." And I said to her, "If this is the worst thing that happens to us today, we're lucky." So that's how I left it. And it was a great lesson for me. We take these things in ways that we don't want. We're not looking for these lessons. These aren't the fun lessons, you know? Yet and still, we talk about perfection.
Mhm.
All that was perfect. It happened
Mhm.
exactly the way it was supposed to. There's no accident. This is what was supposed to go down. It was to test her. And hopefully, she went away from that and she has a different sense of driving with her child in the car as a pregnant woman.
Right.
And honestly, we don't know, David. Thank you. I handled that well. We don't know how we're going to handle it until we're in the moment. I don't care
Mhm.
what you are, who you are, what you say. And I'm going to speak. David Peterson knows this supremely well.
Mhm.
You walk into the Kun, which is a studio for Chinese martial arts. I don't care what you say. I care what you do. I care how you move. I care
Mhm.
who you are. I care about your energy. That's it. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm keying on. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm sensing. That's what I'm feeling. Words mean no thing to me because it is now a different realm of vibration, a
Mhm.
different realm of reading, of understanding. Ione is an actor, director, writer, singer, artist. She, she only knows it when she's doing it. Yeah, you can prepare all you want. And then when they say action, or the curtain goes up, or the red light is on, you're in that. When you're doing it on the best, highest level, you're in that moment, man.
Mhm.
And there's nothing like it. And you don't know it until you're in it. And that's the risk and beauty of life, man. For real, for real.
Reasons don't count. I love this. So true. I read something a while ago and never forgot it. It said there's only two things in life: reasons and results. Reasons don't count. That's a good one. You know, you remind me of an experience I just had the other day, Phil, that I want to share too. And Annette, I'm going to get your Michael J. Fox quote. It's brilliant. I was coming from the grocery store, stopped at a stop sign, and a car, four-way stop sign, car on my right goes. I start to go, and the car behind it just goes, doesn't stop. I honk the horn. I come around. I pull up. Now I know I have to be careful. I pull up and then slightly look, and the person doesn't have their window rolled up. There's about this much of the window down. They look at me. It's a young girl. She could have been 30. Or 20, 28, 30-ish. I said, baby, your mother wants you home. You have to be careful how you're driving. And I'm talking to her and she's looking at me. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Because for me, I'm fine. But that next stop sign she gets to, I don't know how someone's going to react to her. And I don't know
Mhm.
if that other person is just going to go and they're going to get into an accident. It's
Mhm.
like that woman's blessing for the day, Phil, to me, is what happened for her was that she almost hit
Right.
you. You.
Right.
So she will,
Right.
I got my baby. I'm going to drive like that and I'm tired. Definitely, if we hope, is self aware, will think about what she
Mhm.
did and act differently. So her driving can change. And then not only is it in her thought process, but what you said to her is also helpful for her. Miss Annette, Michael J. Fox had an interesting quote about perfection. I am careful not to confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence I can reach for. Perfection is God's business or whatever. It's the highest power. I love that. I love that. That is,
That's gorgeous. So true.
it's so true. In the Middle East, when they make rugs, they make one little imperfection
Ooh.
because that is nature. Look at that. I guess that was, yes, Phil. Yes, that
Yeah.
is nature. Nature's not perfect. You look at a rose, you go, oh my God, it's perfect beauty. And if you really look at it, you can see where there are some imperfections in there that make it beautiful, make it perfect. There are some people who have a little hook in their nose, and their nose might be wide, or they're this or they're that. And the real beauty, like you talk about Geary, he didn't have that beautiful, I'm a soap opera guy. But what he had was the beauty in his heart that came through. And that made him
Heartthrob. It was a
perfect.
daytime heartthrob. It was about the vibe. It's what the
Yes.
guys called you got game. You got game. And
Mm-hmm.
and in life, you want to develop your own game. Your
Mm-hmm.
own game. You don't have to be the same. You cannot be the same. It is
No.
impossible. So
Yes.
find your game, play your game, be what you need and who you need to be.
Right.
This is,
Right.
I mean, is that not why we're here? In a
That's
way,
right.
you know.
To learn us, to know us, to experience life through ourselves. Is that not? Well, we've got some
Mm.
great stuff coming in here. You guys, this is awesome. Um, but I got something I want to talk. Let me pull this in here, Ina. And then I'm going to
Ina.
perfection, Ina. Ina.
Hmm.
Perfection is the still point where the whirlwind of becoming meets the silence of being. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I love that. Do you? To embrace change is to surrender to love's event horizon where the unknown warps reality and the self's lattice reconfigures into the lacework of unimagined becoming, growing. Mm-hmm. That was wonderful. You guys, so this is also a very special night because the name of this show, and I can't believe I don't have any, the name of this show is Everything Must Change. Because after 3 years, this is Phil's last show with us. I hope you come back as a guest. This is Phil's last show with us. So, in my saying that, let me just play this and then we'll speak a little further to celebrate Phil being a part of the creation of The Vision is Possible. hold on.
I'm not gone that quickly.
I know, right? I forgot to do to put your face in that one, honey. But Philip, tell us
That
what's
was
happening
beautiful.
with you, Phil. What's going on
Well, you know, I mean, it isn't my last show
as co-host?
forever. It's just for the foreseeable future. You know, buddies, life be lifing, and that's the best way I can put it. There's a lot going on for me right now. As you could see in the last few weeks, I haven't been able to be here. It's been very difficult for me um, for many reasons, for work and for personal and for just life. Like I said, life be life, and it's the best way I can put it. I just have a lot on my plate right now. Many amazing, brilliant things that, you know, when I do come on as a guest, which will be often, we'll talk about. You know, I live a life that is it's kind of NDA buttoned up, and it's hard for me always to discuss all the things that I'm doing, but I'm sure you'll see them when they come up. Um, and I have a lot of things in my own life, my own personal life, that I'm trying to be a resource for many energies around me, and it requires quite a bit. So I'm placing a lot of my energies in those places, and it just makes it very difficult for me to commit consistently. And I don't want to do that to Iona for sure, and I don't want to do that to you guys, and I don't want to do it to me. I feel bad when I'm not able to be here, and even if it's scheduled and I know I can't be here, I don't like it. I miss it. And instead of going through that emotion over and over again, I think right now is a good time for us to say thank you for now. I don't think Iona ever thought we'd be doing this many shows for this long, whether it was by herself or with me. So we have far exceeded, I think, where we were planning on going, and there's more to this. Iona's doing an insane job with this, and she's very very good at it, and obviously in incredibly capable hands. So I will be back. I'm never gone. I'm always close by, and she and I will figure out the times when I'll be back, and we'll rock it again.
Yeah, yeah. We sure will. And you'll definitely come back. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I never do this, Phil. If you'll just chat more. I don't know if there's an emergency
Sure.
outside my house or what, but I
Oh,
got to go check on something.
okay. I don't know if your camera's following you, but no, it just stopped. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I will miss you too. I love the dynamic with my sister and myself as well. That's one of the reasons why we continued to do it for so long, quite frankly. Um, this has been a bit of a joy for both of us. It's surreal to know each other and learn each other in this way, and, you know, carry our conversations with each other onto you guys. Um, Leslie, we appreciate you guys so much, and it's just it's been a beautiful ride, and will continue to be. You know, this ride ain't over, man. It's just changing,
Mm-mm.
like Iona said, and it's like my career. I'll never quit. I don't believe it will just change and morph. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been because of that I have continued to work, because I've changed with the times. I've changed with my look, with who I am, with what I'm about. I'm not the young leading guy anymore. I'm not the teen guy that I was when I came. I don't want to be those things. I was happy to be those things when I was those things. And I was incredibly blessed to be on this with Iona for the time that we were doing this, and there will be other times again. Um, they're just things that I need to accomplish right now that are part of my change, and I appreciate her for having me, and I appreciate you guys for appreciating that.
Yeah, we're gonna miss Phil being here with us every Wednesday, but the show's still gonna go on, you guys. The vision is possible. It's just gonna continue. It'll just be
Hmm.
me, and I'll have a lot of great guests. And when Phil says, hey, what you doing Wednesday? I'll say, I'm doing the show, and he'll say, well, I'm gonna do the show, and I said, well, come on, we want to have you. And when this has been kind of gurgling for a little while, and
Mm.
when we finally did talk about this and know that this was the best way to go, so that I want to choose my words because I want to be clear. Sometimes you have to let go in order to still keep something. Does that make sense, you guys? You have to see where other people are at. Just because I want him to stay, that's not where he's at right now. Casting no aspersions on the show or me or any of this. They're the things he needs to do. So I have a choice. I got my tissue because, I'm emotional. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to be disappointed that we're not doing this together like we were. But I'm so thrilled with what we've done. I'm so thrilled with the man he is and what he's going to be doing. I've now got new thoughts about the show and what we're doing and a new look and other things I'm already working on, knowing he's gonna come back. You can't hold on to things tight because if you don't allow them to flow, you'll never know what new things can come. I don't know what new people are going to come around. I don't know what new things are going to happen to the show if I hold on or if I'm upset about something. The only thing for sure we can count on in life is change. That's the only thing. So we love you, Philly. Let's see what OK19 is saying. I mean, people just commenting. Love you, Phil. You give me the greatest gift of having a chance to meet you because of this show. And Iona, love you too. Your family to us. Thank you, Moon Crab. Brenda, thank you. All of you who say that. So, I hope you will stay with the show and be here, our audience, wonderful one. And Phil, meant you just continue making your visions possible. And we cannot wait till you come back and go, so, that stuff I told you I couldn't tell you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's some stuff I could tell you right now. So the next show's already baked in the cake.
That's right.
And, hey, man, this will be, Iona, please follow the show, follow Iona. This was, in my mind, always Iona Morris's jump off in a way. For me, and I just came back from a ride with my daughter, and I know Iona wants it to be a two-handed, but I liked it that it was her boat that she was the captain of, and I'm just on here going, hey, just try to do the best I can for my sister. I loved it, and so now I really get a chance to do that when I come back as a guest, to kind of be, the assistant to her brilliance, and I always love that. So it's just going to make it better for her and me, honestly.
Yeah, it will. And this was never planned, you guys. This was a one-shot deal on Instagram on the phone. I called him up and said,
3
okay,
years
so
later.
Right. Then the Vision is Possible is born, and now here we are. And so if there is anything from this whole experience, I really want all of you to know, there's everything I just said, but also go with the flow. Go with the flow. And sometimes the flow is rocky. And sometimes the flow hurts. And sometimes the flow is confusing. But if you go with the flow, there is sunshine that will come. But if you fight the flow, you'll always be fighting. So Phil, before you go, I do want to hear, but I want to also just tell people, remind them of where they can find you. Because he's still doing his Instagram lives as he does with his car shows and other things he loves to share. I know this is very hard, but remember, it's at the Phil Morris. And
yeah, that's a tough one.
This is where you can find me. Just keep coming. And this is where you can find our show. Tell your friends. Come on back to The Vision is Possible. We're going to make this grow even more. Are there any final words before you go, my darling? Or do you
Happy
feel like...
holidays to everybody. Best wishes to all. You are gifts. This has been a gift to me and continues to be. It is a gift. There no has been. It is. It is fully flowing and present. Ione is a gift to all of us, and that's how I see this. And I'm just happy to be a part of it all. And I'm always here. I'm not gone. I'm just out there in the world doing the thing that the world needs me to do. So,
That's
up
right.
to all.
Well, I love you, darling. Stay here, you guys. I'm going to let Phil go so we can have some ob chicken. And I want to just share some stuff with you. Love you, Phil. And as
Love you. We'll talk to you guys soon.
I'll see you Christmas Eve. And as I've always said on every show, that I'm not going yet, so stay, you guys. Night, Philly.
Night, honey. See you guys.
So, I'm going to miss my partner in crime. But we got some more work to do, y'all. The Vision is Possible is not gone. It's going to evolve. And that's going to be really friggin' fun. It was fun before. It's going to be even more fun. Because it is what it is. And also, it brings up some new things I hadn't thought of before. So, I look forward to seeing you. Now, this is the crazy thing about this show. Because we're on Wednesday nights this year, The Vision is Possible falls on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So, and I've got to take time to revamp some things with the show to come up with to create a new look for it. I've already started. So, The Vision is Possible won't be here, thanks, Renda, on Christmas Eve, and we won't be here on New Year's Eve. And I think, oh, Rosita Pennell, thank you so much, my daughter. I love that. And I may be here the first Wednesday of January, and I may not. I will definitely let you know. Look at my Instagram post, and I'll let you guys know. But the show is going to be here, and we're going to be thriving. And I just see really great things going on for you and for me. I love you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful holiday. Enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your New Year's. For all of you who celebrate Hanukkah, I think it's gone now. I'm not sure, but I forgot to say Happy Hanukkah. The Vision is Possible with Iona will return in 2026. I'm sending you all love and light. Be good to yourselves. Ciao.